Hello folks, welcome to the Tuesday forecast. So here we have the euro and the US dollar, and this pair has not done anything, so we have just been range bound for quite a few days now. As you can see here, we have been stuck in this range and not really had a move up or a move down. So what I want to see in order to look for a trade is I want to see a large impulse up and then a entry opportunity or a continuation pattern, or a large impulse down and then also a continuation pattern. Also what I'm looking for is maybe an ascending structure into the upper liquidity area and then a nice reversal. So the upper liquidity area for me would be well around here, and also this whole area is upper liquidity, and we have the lower box. So this is where the traders keep their stops, those that are going long on the bottom of this range and those that are going short on top of the range. So this is what I'm looking for, an ascending and then a reversal to the downside. Or I want to see same thing but in the opposite direction, so I want to see a descending into the lower liquidity area and then a nice reversal to the upside and then a nice trade to go long. So that is it for this pair, nothing really to say, still stuck in a range. Let's see if we can get some more interesting price action on the euro and the Japanese yen. So let me move the lines. Looks like we have broken the low. We now have a new low established right here. But this one is also heavily range bound. As I said, we did break out of this structure and then we broke and retraced, broke again, retraced. So we are still stuck in this larger range, same as on the euro and the US dollar. Something to note is usually when we get these sort of large ranges, this means that the traders are accumulating positions. So the market makers are accumulating, let's say, buy positions or maybe sell positions. And usually we get a nice trend start to the upside or to downside. But currently, as it stands, this price action doesn't look good. So I'm looking for a large push up, a nice flag, or whatever continuation pattern we get, or a large push down and then a nice flag, or maybe, as always, a push, pullback, a break and retest trade. Always keeping an eye on those types of trades. Oh, I will also search if we get a clean ascending, but it really needs to be clean because this sort of price action is very, let's say, dirty price action, crappy price action. So if we get an ascending, it needs to be clean, breaking the highs, retracing and leaving wicks. So there's a clear difference between clean price action and this sort of wicky price action going nowhere, which is then easily visible. Or we can get a descending and then search for that nice reversal to the upside. So same thing, I need to see that really clean price action for this sort of a setup. And now for the Aussie and the US dollar, the Aussie pairs are actually starting to move to the downside. So we had some, well, I would say they were okay moves, nothing really spectacular. Kind of had an indication price was slowing down right here, and then we reversed at this point. So right here there was a trade opportunity. There were actually a couple of trade opportunities. I think I went through them, but if I did not, went through them yesterday. So this one, maybe some people were looking at this as a push, pullback, another push, but for me this was not enough. I wanted to see more of a push down, and then the price actually did tag in the inside bar and I would get stopped out if I was in this trade. Then we had this reversal. As I said, we got the wick here, so not enough for me. I wanted to see more of a push for a reversal to the upside. I wanted to see a nice large impulse, so that's why I stayed out of those two particular setups. Then we broke the low, retraced, broke the low, retraced and broke the low, retraced, and now we got this range bound price action. So we did get an indication we will be range bound because we did form this sort of a descending structure, as we can see here, going into an ascending structure. So this was to be expected. And what I am looking for some cleaner price action. So I'm looking for a nice clean push up and then a nice flag, or a nice clean impulse to the downside, also a nice flag. Or I will be looking for an ascending structure. Just a second. So an ascending structure, something like this, and then a nice reversal to the downside, or maybe a descending structure and then a clean reversal to the upside like this. But yeah, this does look much better than the euro pairs. Looks like the Aussies are starting to move. We were stuck in this sort of crappy range bound price action prior, but now we are starting to maybe trend to the downside. As I said, we were slowing down a bit here, and now we got this indication of a range. And what is an indication of a range? Well, that is when we break the low retrace, break the high retrace, and then just continue with this sort of flat price action going nowhere. So that is usually an indication of a larger range. And now for the last pair, so I was actually in a short trade right about, I think it was here. So yeah. And it was a 1% loss. I was taken out by the spreads. So let me go over the trade. So what I was seeing this nice clean descending structure. This was very good. This sort of a descending structure, and then it pushed down. We got a huge wick, so that was a large warning sign, and I wanted to see what will happen next. And well, we got no momentum shift in the pullback. It was just a one candle pullback, and there was no aggressive retrace or a momentum shift, so I was happy to search for shorts at this point. And what I really liked is that we broke, closed below, broke again, closed below. We did get this small wick, but it was not really a concern for me. I was happy to take a trade because I was seeing this push. So I was seeing this push, I was seeing a pullback, and then I was seeing another nice clean push. So this one did fit my plan, and I did place a pending short order. Then I got tagged in with this candle and stopped out by the spreads before the price moved down. But then I would also be stopped out anyway because the price just reversed to the upside. So this would have been a 1% loss no matter the spreads, if they have not taken me out. But as I said, fit my plan. I liked this impulse. I liked that there was no momentum shift. I liked the continuation, free candle continuation. One thing that there was a warning sign was that we were breaking, leaving wicks. So we left a huge wick, we then broke, left a wick, broke, left a wick, broke, left a small wick. So that may be a warning sign and something to backtest. So I will definitely research into that. Maybe when we get this sort of wicky move down, it usually doesn't tend to work out. So I need to see in backtesting what my results will be, but definitely we'll check that out. So what happened then? Well, we broke the high right here. We reversed, of course, broke the high and got a huge wick and an aggressive retrace. So usually when we get this sort of a V, we tend to range for a bit, something like this. So I am expecting a range, but if we push up, I'm looking for a nice flag to go long. Or if we reverse to the downside, I'm looking for a flag to go short. If we get an ascending structure, I am looking for a reversal. Or if we get a descending, I'm looking for a reversal to a downside. One thing to note on this pair, reversals don't usually tend to work out that good. So the price action really needs to be clean for me to look for a reversal. So yeah, that is it for the pairs, and that is it for the trades. Hope you guys enjoyed. Looks like the market is slowing down a bit on the euro pairs, but maybe we will get a nice push up or a nice push down. As I said, usually after this sort of a consolidation, we start to trend heavily in one direction. So that's it, and I will see you guys in the next one, which is tomorrow on Wednesday.